Hey, you've read the title? Let's jump right into it. So, today I got written up at work, and this is the first time that's ever happened in the almost 10 months that I've worked there. Here's how my job works. During the day, you get phone calls and you get chats. It's your job to answer them fully and solve the people's problems. That's public knowledge. Recently, I was promoted to a specialization in the plus field. So that means a fair amount of my interactions are happening with the larger merchants who are doing millions of dollars a year. I don't think it warrants a pay raise or anything, but the tickets you get are a lot more complicated and you can't trust anyone to do it. It meant a lot that I got that. But the other side of that plus specialization is that every time you speak to someone on the normal channels, they're busy. As soon as you hang up a phone call, another picks up. But on this one, it's quiet. There aren't as many huge merchants as there are normal merchants, so you'll have downtime. You'll have, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes between a call sometimes, and that's really cool. You get a chance to kind of work on other stuff and take a breather in between these otherwise really taxing calls. But what you're supposed to do, and what I've been doing, is taking emails in between. A lot of people write into us, so it's our job to answer them as well. And that's where the issue came from. In the email queue, it's you just turn on a setting that says I'm ready to take in emails, and they start feeding you emails just automatically. Your job would be to answer them, and send them through, and then get another, rinse and repeat. But what I've started doing, and what I won't be doing anymore, is selectively choosing which emails to answer. Now, there's nothing malicious, in my opinion, about what I was doing. I think I got really carried really carried away with the numbers behind it all. You look at your metrics every week, and you gotta hit these goals, and you're compared to your team and other teams. You want to have the most emails, you want to have the most chats, the most phone calls, and the best of all of them. So it's easy to kind of recycle emails that you don't feel comfortable with answering, or that are going to take a really long time, in favor of those that are easier or more suited to your wheelhouse. And when you put it like that, it doesn't sound like a good thing at all. I've been doing that for a little bit, ever since the one of my more recent meetings, where, you're told, you want to hit these numbers. You're never pushed or anything. I'll give them credit for that, but there is an inherent sense of, some of my friends are no longer with the company, and I love the company, and I think I made a poor judgment call. Now, we had the talk with my boss today about it, and I got my formal warning, and there's not going to be another one. But I think it's a bit more than that that's really on my mind right now. It's not just the warning that I care about, and I mean, I do care about it. It's the fact that I spent the last, 9-10 months building what I thought to be a really good relationship with my boss, and now I feel like some of that trust is gone. Had I thought about what I was doing a lot more, I just thought, if I get a really tricky email, maybe I'll recycle it and grab another one and just do that. I want to hit these numbers, but that wasn't smart. Battery's about to die. I'm going to pick up on my phone. Where was I? I wish I had the chance to re-record whatever I said, because I don't quite remember it. But battery's about to die. I don't want to risk having it cut off halfway through. That's where I'm at, I was talking to somebody about it today, and
I didn't tell him what happened. I haven't told anyone what happened, but um, I really want a job that I love. And yeah, that's a stupid statement, but I think everyone wants that to some extent. And having gone through, 6 years of business school, I really want something business related. I want something advertising related or film related or something like that. And, I'm sure I'll be on track if a position opens up here at the company that I work for, but who knows that when that's going to happen, if it happens. There's been talks that they're expanding next year and then a couple years after that, but I don't know if I can stay in this position for 3 years. And I feel like every day, especially leading up to the holiday Black Friday season, it's getting really taxing. And I know that everyone in my job feels like that to some extent, but I think when I first graduated, I was so eager to jump into something at an incredible company because they are an incredible company. Um, Something that I went to school for, something that I loved. But there's not much of that going on now. There's elements of business coaching and whatnot, sure, but not as much as I'd like. And maybe that's why I cut that corner. I don't know. I honestly didn't think it was that big a deal, but I get it now. And that's not going to happen again. But I haven't started looking for other jobs or anything like that. But I do know that, there is. Oh God, there's a bunch of teenagers walking by the car, and that's awkward. Um, yeah, I'm gonna. No, I don't care. Um, so I think that's what I've been thinking about recently. I don't know why I didn't tell anyone about what's happening. I don't really feel comfortable to do so. That's, I guess, why I have this camera in a dark car outside some school that I've never been to before. But I don't know. I think it's gonna take a bit of time to kind of rebuild that trust level with my boss again. I'm getting a call. Nope. Um, and that sucks. Hindsight's always 2020, I guess, but um, that sucks because he's a really good guy. I think going forward, I mean, there's not much I can do. I have to do my job in the way that I was hired to do it. No cut corners and maintaining this same quality that I've maintained in everything that wasn't emails. So I guess it's not the end of the world, even though it can feel like that sometimes. Um, I think February would be a year at this position. Um, Also happens to be around the time they're building a new office. So, that's the goal. I was looking at houses the other day too, and I realized that I can't afford any of them. A lot of people were suggesting, even if I stretch it or save a bit more, something in the suburbs would make a lot more sense, but that's really not what I want. I don't like it here much at all. That's the reason I'm trying to move to begin with, to get out of here, where nothing is open past 9 and your friends are all a 20-minute drive away and there's no other young people or creatives, and that's another video. But yeah, I think it's just been a bit disheartening recently to kind of come to terms with the fact that I've still got a long way to go. If I want to move out, smartly isn't the word, but smartly isn't a word to begin with. But if I want to move out intelligently or financially soundly, whatever the word is, it, if I wanted to, I could just move tomorrow and rent for as long as I want, but that's 1,500 a month I'd be bleeding away for, when I could just stick it out that little bit longer, hope a job opportunity comes up, buy a place, and then live there, or get people to stay there and use that money to rent somewhere else. I don't know. But that's where my head's at. It's been a really long week. Um, I don't know if I'm going to publish this or re record it or what, but I'm running low on battery and I don't know if I can be bothered at this point. Um, Black Friday's coming up in 11 days. It's going to be hell at work until then. I've got to be in Toronto all day tomorrow for an event. My boss might be there. I hope that's not weird. Yeah, it's going to be a tricky week or two, or until January 1st. But yeah.